don't worry, I didn't turn into a ginger. Hey there YouTube, it's Bobi aka Paginator, and I'm here today with another round of my deck of TBR for the month of December. I used colored hairspray in my hair, and you can tell I did not do it well because you can still see brown. Yeah. I was in a mood. What you gonna do? So, for the month of December, I'm going to be pulling 5 cards from my deck of TBR. And I do want to mention again, in case you didn't know, this was inspired by Jessie from Bowties and Books. They have a deck of TBR, and they've been like putting way more work into this, like commissioning art and all these things and creating this fantastic deck to sell to people and stuff. And so I was just like fangirling over their deck of TBR and made my own because I couldn't help myself when I got bored this summer. So yeah, inspired by them, but I put my own twist on it. Sure, that's how we'll explain it. Alright, so again, I'll be pulling 5 cards and seeing what I can find to read from my books available. Read a book that's been made into a movie and watch the movie. I can handle that. Okay, so I'm going to go with Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. No, I have never read this book. I have never seen the movie. I keep hearing amazing things about it, and this gives me the perfect reason to dive into the book. It's probably most of you guys know the story, but from what I can gather, it's about a girl named Sophie who has gotten herself into a predicament and has like gotten some unwanted attention from a wicked witch apparently, and she's going to try to go to the castle that moves that's up on the hill, and this castle belongs to a dreaded wizard named Howl, whose appetite, they say, is satisfied only by the hearts of young girls. Sounds terrifying, but also magical and interesting, and I want to read it. And I will watch the movie. I think it's a Studio Ghibli movie, if I understand correctly, so there's number 1. Alright, let's pull out a good card for number 2, and that is going to be read the first book you touch on your shelf with your eyes closed. Alright. Alright, so the first book I touched while closing my eyes was Among the Beasts and Briars by Ashley Poston, and this came in my Owl Crate very recently, and I'm super excited that I grabbed this one because I've been very excited about reading it. It is like a dark forest, like magic, like questy adventure kind of story from everything that I understand, and I am super excited to pick it up. Alright, number 3. Read a book from a genre that you don't normally read. Ooh, I have one for this. This is perfect. Alright, so I'm going to be reading Like a Writer by Francine Prose. The subtitle is A Guide for People Who Love Books and for Those Who Want to Write Them. This was recommended to me by my graduate school advisor, and it is something that I would like to read before I start my next semester of grad school anyway, and I don't read very much nonfiction. I try to stay away from it as much as possible for some reason. I don't know why. So this will fit perfectly with this, plus I do need to probably read this soon, so yay. Alright, number 4. Give me something good. Read a retelling. I can handle a retelling. Oh, my book of the month. Alright, so in my November book of the month, I got These Violent Delights, which is a Romeo and Juliet retelling set in 1920 Shanghai. It involves like rival gangs, and I am so excited to read this. Plus, look at the cover. It's just like beckoning you to turn the page. There's a freaking dragon on the cover, for heaven's sakes. Like, come on. Alright, so number 5. Let's pick a good one, please. Read a book written by 2 or more authors. Okay. Alright, so I grabbed Rules for Being a Girl by Candace Bushnell and Katie Catugno. This is a book that I recently ordered from the King's English, which is my favorite bookstore ever. And FYI, if you want to order from them, I will link their website and they will ship to you. So if you want to support a small business and buy some books, good choice. Anyway, this is about a girl who is hit on or like sexually mistreated in some way by an adult teacher in her school, and when she reports it, no one believes her, and she decides to start this feminist book club and like hopes to create a difference in the culture at her school. And I am so ready for like a good feminist read. I'm just super excited. Now I will say for the month of December, usually December is a really good reading month for me because we get a couple of weeks off for Christmas break, and I'll have at least 9 or 10 days completely off of school, not to mention the weekends up until that point. And a lot of that time I spend reading because what else am I going to do? So there is a good chance that I could be like adding to this TBR by pulling more cards as the month goes on, or sometimes I'm a very mood kind of reader, so sometimes I just look at my stack that I pull for this video and I'm like, not into it, let's try something else. So I'll let you know if I add other things when I do my monthly wrap-up at the end of December. My wrap-up for the month of November will be coming later this week, probably on the weekend, and I'll let you know what I've been reading lately. So I hope you all are having a wonderful, fun, and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.